Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello students, how are you all? Hope that you people are staying safe at home and becoming the good person at home by cooperating with your parents and not creating any mess for them. And yes, come toward our today's topic. Yes, previously we have talked about the energy flow within an ecosystem. Our today's lecture is in collaboration of that, means in the link of that. We will just in detail, we will talk about the energy flow within an ecosystem. If you people just observe me in my previous lesson or in my previous lecture, I told you that the basic source of all the energy is the sun. The sun gives us energy in the two forms. One is the light and other is the heat. The light energy is being captured by the green plants, who are at the first level of trophic level of any ecosystem. Afterward I will tell you people about the trophic level also. Who are at the first level of the trophic level, the green plants capture the energy, they utilize it in such a good way, they made the food out of it by a process called photosynthesis. So we can say that the green plants are at the first place in any, you can say, food chain. What is a food chain? I'm just going toward that side. In our today's topic, we will talk about the food chain. Food chain is like a series. Food chain is like a way or a path through which the energy flow from the one level to another other level, from the second level to the third level, from the third level to the fourth level. So we can say that a food chain is a series or a way in which or through which the energy flows from one trophic level to the other trophic level. Trophos is a Greek word which means food or feeding. So it means that in the food chain, in particularly, we are talking about how the organisms are getting the food, or how the organisms are dependent upon each other for the sake of food. So food chain is a single straight way which is showing the four trophic levels, starting from producer, then primary consumer, then secondary consumers, and then tertiary consumers. So food chain is a simple straight way in which we are presenting the energy flow within four trophic levels. We can just consider any simple example. You can say producer, a green plant. Who are taking the energy from the green plant? Small insects. Small insect producer is a green plant. Small insects take the energy directly. You can say caterpillar. The caterpillar is getting the energy from that leaf of a grass. Then caterpillar is at the second trophic level. Now that caterpillar is eaten by any other, you can say mouse, maybe rabbit, maybe you can say a bird. So bird is at the third trophic level, and now this bird is eaten by any big animal like eagle, like vulture. So this is at the tertiary consumer and at the fourth trophic level. So this is all about the food chain. Food chain is representing the energy flow in a single way, in a straight way. Now, in comparison to the food chain, we are having the other example that is called the food web. What is food web? In the food web, 2, 3 or more than 3 different food chains are interconnecting with each other. They are showing the interconnected link with each other. So they are bit more, you can say, complicated. They are a bit more complex than the simple food chain, and this is called the food web. So in simple words, we can say that by joining 3 or more than 3 food chains, in a four trophic level, in a bit complicated way, we can create a food web. In the food web, one animal can be a food of any other animal in the first two food chain, maybe at the second trophic level, in the third food chain, maybe at the fourth trophic level. So it is a mixed, many food chains are mixed here, and every food chain is having its own animals as a secondary, as a primary, secondary, and the tertiary levels. So this is a bit more complicated way of representing it, in which many animals are interlinked with each other, and we call it food web. Now, in our today's topic, we will also talk about the non-cyclic energy flow in an ecosystem. What is non-cyclic? Non-cyclic means we will talk about that energy which is being entered within an ecosystem, but sometimes it is not being properly utilized, it is not being reversed back to the environment and lost during that whole system. So that is called non-cyclic energy flow of within an ecosystem. Once again, I'm telling, the whole source of energy is sun, giving the energy in the two ways, light and heat. Now what is happening? All the light energy is mostly being utilized by the green plants, by the producers to make energy. But what is happening to the heat energy in this case? Some of the heat energy is being lost by the primary consumers in the form of respiration. We people know that we all are organisms, we all are living, our each and every cell is doing the cellular respiration, in which the heat is lost from the body. So at each level, half of the, you can say, or the major portion of the heat energy is lost in the cellular respiration by the organisms. And then the other portions of the, you can say, energy, sometimes it is being lost by the dead parts of the body, few dead parts of the body, and in the form of the egestion, in the form of the excretion. And only that energy is going in the cycle, which is, you can say, in a sequence, coming from the sun, going to the producers, from the producer going to the primary consumer, then going to the secondary consumer, then going to the tertiary consumers, then after the death of the tertiary consumers or everyone, they are going toward the decomposers are decaying it, and whatever the nutrients are in the body of those consumers, they are taking it back to the soil. Now again, the plants are growing on that soil and nothing is lost in that. So that means called cyclic. But here we are about the non-cyclic energy flow in an ecosystem. Basically, within any ecosystem, there is a non-cyclic energy flow. A portion or a bit of the energy is always lost whenever the organism is taking energy from the one trophic level to an other trophic level. So now let's have a reading of this from your book. Open your book, Biology Matters, and we can have the reading of it.